Okay, this is a tweet that was just made, okay? And I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to press it in order for you to be able to then see that there is, because once you press the tweet, in fact, I'll just press it right now. It was just tweeted 31 seconds ago. Pressing it enables the tweet alone to come up, and then as a result of that, you can see the date and time that it was posted. 1:15 p.m. on October 26, 2014 from San Diego. The tweet says, "Getting dressed to go to RR Colony 5, comma, to drop off prop, comma, or I'm sorry, period. Let's see if any violence of any kind occurs or arrest there or here. Gang stalking, TTTTT." Here meaning the area where I was brutally assaulted at on July 9th, 2014. You can see that the phone is saying that it's 1:17 p.m. The tweet was sent at 1:15 p.m. October 26, 2014. I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to minimize Twitter so I can then go to the calendar icon on the phone to maximize that in order to be able to prove to you that it is the 26th as a result of me showing you the calendar of my phone. As a result of me being an organized stalking, gang stalking, targeted individual, what I do is make predictions pertaining to what could happen concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me at an area that I'm going to, which includes the travel routes getting there, the location where the area is at, and the area within the location. My name is Leslie Williams. I am a target, victim, and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as gang stalking. Hold on a second, folks, please. I had to turn off my phone and then roll up the power cord. So I'm going to make a couple fast statements because I finally just completed everything that I need to complete before getting dressed for the day, so I can then hide my property at this area, put this sign up at the tent, in front of the tent, which basically says, "Do not remove this property. The person who owns it is moving the property from here every day. All property will be completely gone by 11/15/2013. The point being is this: I am a target, victim, and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which is also termed as gang stalking. Targeted individuals of this criminal reality are made homeless, and this can be Googled and YouTubed. And if you take the time, when you have the time obviously, to research my descriptions, see, one of the best ways to investigate these filthy criminal realities is to like, when I make my videos, I'm pretty descriptive, okay? And so when I make my videos, what I do is not one video can compose every single thing that I've been through, every single thing that I know, how it's come about, and so on and so forth. Hold on. And, well, everything I know and everything I've been through is pretty much the, I don't even think you can add to that in reference to me stating that, In other words, what I'm trying to say is that when I make like one video, like a 15-minute or a 50-minute video, each one of those two specific videos will not encompass the entire expedition pertaining to what has happened to me and or what I know. So what I do is, when I make my videos, I attempt to, outside of the prediction videos, and I even make statements in my prediction videos basically describing what can happen to me and what has. The point being is this, fellow American citizens, fellow San Diegans, and fellow La Jollans, I tend to, at times, just once in a while, act a teeny bit goofy when I make my videos because I'm video shy. But understand, please, I make my videos in order to be able to inform, to expose the truths concerning the factual realities of these criminal expeditions, and in order for you to see, for you to get an in-depth understanding pertaining to what has not just happened to me, but what is happening to my fellow targeted individuals, including the ones who don't even know yet what is happening to them as gang stalking, and including the ones who do not have the money and or resources to be able to even buy a tape recorder so they can catch what's happening to them, or a video camera and or a phone. Now, the reason why I started talking about how each one of my videos will have different information in it, okay? Some of it will have similar, but the point being is this, is that when I make a video, I try my best to describe what's happening to me so individuals can take the descriptions and cross-reference them to gang stalking and or organized stalking, because every description in reference to not just what's happening to me, but also the statements I make in my predictions, basically is literally illustrating sections of the methodologies, tactics, maneuvers, and incremental steps that are made as a result of these little filthy rats who are in the system, sitting down at a table in a chair, making armchair decisions in order to be able to say, this is what we're going to do towards this target today. This is what we're going to do towards this target today. And these are the people that are needed for it. Okay? In order to bring about a desired effect, result, and or circumstance or situation. Basically, all of them being negative pertaining to the target. It can be anything from, well, the crime, okay, can literally even intentionally be designed to psychologically motivate even the target to call the police. So the target is traumatized from the crime, like a rape, assault, gang rape even, or what, robbery included. So that, you see, what I'm trying to say is this. Again, I've already stated that when I make my videos, I make descriptions. Like, say if I say that a gang stalking target is a victim, can be a victim of a robbery, which they have been and which I've been. You can go to Google and type in gang stalking victims robbery. When I go say that gang stalking victims can be victims of non-consensual human experimentation, as crazy and as wild as that might sound, just Google it. The point being is this. What I'm basically saying is that organized stalking and gang stalking, in part, well, the entire thing in reference to why a person is being targeted, okay? The internet's suggesting that a target can be picked because they saw the wrong thing at the wrong time, because they pissed off an ex-spouse, or because they pissed off the wrong politician, or it could be corporate gang stalking, where the person worked for a company and the company decided that they wanted to initiate the gang stalking of that person because they might have witnessed something. Understand, please, these are reasons for gang stalking, but make no mistake about it, they are not the only. Now, organized stalking and gang stalking, just watch my videos. You can go to YouTube right now and type in Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Criminal Motivations of Gang Stalking. Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Methods and Tactics of Gang Stalking. Basically, gang stalking is nothing but, in its whole, okay, in reference to the motive and how they achieve the motive, is nothing but crimes, period. The motive has to do with criminal motivations like racketeering, insurance fraud, human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, prostitution rings, stolen car rings, insurance fraud of every kind that you can think of, including these little filthy rats even taking out life insurance policies about pertaining to the target and then setting them up to have them murdered, including even videotaping the murder and selling it as a snuff film. Make no mistake about it and understand this. Banks are involved. Now, my name is Leslie Williams, and the point being is this: mortgage fraud, land co-opting, property co-opting, mortgage co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft. Every single type of crime that you can think of, these filthy rats are involved in. Now, the government allows it because, for one, they're also involved in it. Okay? If a corporation decides to initiate gang stalking against a person, since the government's already involved in gang stalking, and since organized crime is also involved in gang stalking, they work together in order to make money off the target in any way they can. Hold up. The government will utilize its personality in the gang stalking expedition because they know that the target will run to the government for help. Now, since the infrastructure of our society, like businesses, institutions, government agencies, whatever, the government's job is to protect the infrastructure. Now, if gang stalking is going on, and since this crime is brought about using extremely clever methods, like but not limited to the community notification, the sexual offenders notification, the violent persons registry, the what else is there? See, there's the sexual offenders notification, there's the violent persons registry, there's the community notification, and I think there's two more. I just forgot. Oh, OSHA laws are being intentionally, illegally, criminally used for these expeditions as well. The point being is this. What I'm basically trying to say is that the wealthy, corporations, institutions, government, organized crime, and any other thing, okay, There's probably a few other ones that I had, like hospitals that can be considered an institution. The point being is that it's a mutual for-profit organization. When one target is picked for no matter what reason, everybody's brought on board in reference to who's already involved in gang stalking, definitely including the government and the business community. And make no mistake about it, doctors, lawyers, judges, police officers, firefighters, EMS services, including fire department EMS, universities, public libraries at university campuses, since the business community is involved, you better believe that the business interest is like, let me just like make a sidebar notation, but before I do, this is a prediction video. I'm getting ready to move some property today to go to a specific area. If anybody bothers me at this area as I'm preparing to leave it to go do this, if anybody bothers me at all in any way, shape, or form on my way to this location where the area is at, and or at the location, and or at the area within the location, okay, while I'm going there, the whole time I'm there, and as I'm leaving and coming back here, it will be directly connected to gang stalking, no matter how it's brought about, no matter how it is brought about, no matter who plays a role in it, period. In organized stalking and gang stalking, since this is organized crime in the system at every level, the federal, state, and local level, and make no mistake about it, military members can also be involved in gang stalking. Now, the point being is this shit's protected at every level of the government that you can think of, and why are alphabet agencies all over the internet in reference to them being identified, implicated parties that are involved in gang stalking? All I know is this, ladies and gentlemen, it is impossible for hundreds of thousands of targets in the United States, thousands of them all over the internet begging for help, and not one of them has gotten any help. The only one that I know that has ever got any measure of help are two people. The individual that was covered on the news, you can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying you can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. But I found out a few months later they ended up making that guy homeless. So he didn't get no help. Okay. Also, I found out that they sealed the records in reference to the police reports concerning him. And the other individual, James Walbert, he won a federal court case concerning what was happening to him, but it didn't matter because the people who were doing the crimes against him can do them from a distance. And since the gang stalking is very hard to prove, bada boom. See, these individuals, even the manifesto that's on the internet right now that you can go to and read, it's a manifesto that was literally written by a manager of gang stalking. You can go to Google to research it. Make no mistake about this, please. This is a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking because it's been thoroughly, meticulously researched by seasoned, educated, targeted individuals, by independent journalists, and more. And they're all saying the same exact thing, that this is indisputably a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. Now, if the average person who doesn't even know anything about gang stalking, or if a person who is becoming familiar with the crime but might not be educated enough, okay, concerning the entire scopes of what's going on with gang stalking, they might read that manifesto and say, this sounds crazy as hell, this is nothing but junk. That is your choice, obviously, to deliberate that conclusion. But what I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is that that manifesto is real, except, not really except, but, take except away, put but in its place. The point being is this: it is a real manifesto, everything that's written in it is true, but it's not the entire scope of what they do or who they are or what they're involved in. But it does give you a good foundation to build on. Now, the reason why I brought up the manifesto is that the manifesto flat out even states itself that they believe that they are above the police. In fact, even police can be victims of gang stalking. So, all you gotta do is go to YouTube and type in YouTube and Google and type in the Hemet Police Gang Squad gang stalked in Riverside County, California, in Hemet. Okay? YouTube it as well. GS Watchdog YouTube channel has got a pretty good video pertaining to them. The point being is this: go to Google and type in organized stalking and or gang stalking, two separate searches. Organized stalking, creating homelessness of targets. Gang stalking, creating homelessness of targets. In your first day of research pertaining to just that one description, you will see indisputably that pages upon pages upon pages, each page holding several websites, all saying the same thing that they do. And then what they basically do, because it's an incremental step that they bring about in order to achieve the criminal scheme pertaining to, that is attached to the criminal motivation of why the target was picked to begin with. They basically create the destitution to exploit it in order to exploit the target. That's right. It's why I gotta move. If anything happens concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me, okay, from this date forward for the next full, complete year, that includes me being arrested, me being put in jail, including the current court date that is still pending right now that I have to go to in reference to December 1st, 2014, unless they change it again, okay? 2 skanked out UCSD police officers came down up in here and gave me a ticket to move, even though I got indisputable audio and video evidence of being gang stalked all over their little skanky ass campus. Now, when you hear me use those kinds of words, you might not think that I have as much, I don't want to say class, because I don't like that word. I really don't. Because I believe that all of us are equal, no matter what color you are, what faith you are. Well, I can't really say that because Satan worshippers, I don't like them. The point, I think you understand what I'm saying. When you hear a targeted individual, when you see one making a video in a tent, not looking their best, and maybe swearing a little bit, okay, you might walk away from this and say, this doesn't really sound like something that interests me. It doesn't matter. But it does matter. Okay, because what is happening to me and my fellow targeted individuals is happening in every single town, city, and state in the United States. It's literally, this is a crime that is literally happening right underneath the noses of average American citizens. Like, for instance, when I go into the Ralph's grocery store off of La Jolla Village Square, employees and individuals coming in acting as customers repeat gang stalk and oh my god practically on a daily basis every time I go in there. Now, they act intentionally nice verbally to me because they have to make sure that the video cameras on the wall doesn't make it appear that anything abnormal is happening. That's right. But you better be darn sure, okay, that if any of their videos have ever caught any of their employees and or customers saying gang stalk, or security guards of the plaza saying gang stalk, well, I'm sorry, they'll say the video's not available. The video camera wasn't on at that time. Of course they will, because it's their job to protect the business and the property from premise liability and criminal prosecution. Okay? My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. Ask yourself, if every single organized stalking, gang stalking target is targeted when they go into any business they go into, the only type of entity that has got the power to, hey, look, if you got a syndicated cop, a cop that 1 or 2 cops, or maybe even 3 or 4 that's working together, okay, as a result of them being connected to other criminals, and then they're using their job to try and achieve some objectives in order to make money off of what they're doing, that doesn't mean that those 3, 4, 5, 6 cops, okay, would be able to have the influence to influence university staff, university campus safety, university library security, okay, businesses, management, security guards of the business plaza, okay, employees of the business, post office workers, bank employees. Do you really think that 3, 4, 5, 6 cops that might be working together, covertly breaking the law by using their job in order to commit crimes to benefit from them, do you really think that these flat-foot ass cops, okay, do you really honestly think that they got that much power to get the United States Postal Service employees involved, to get a bank manager involved, to get every single business that the target goes into? Do you really think that those little skanked out little flatfoots who are syndicated, I don't have a problem with good cops at all, okay? The point being is that these little idiots, okay, do not wield that kind of power. And the manifesto flat out states that these little animals believe that they are above the police. Now, in closing, the manifesto also states that these are the kinds of individuals that will make sure that the right mayor gets elected. So who can do that? Okay, mayor's aides are also listed in this as well. You know, fellow American citizens, when you look at how judges, lawyers, doctors, police officers, firefighters, social services workers, social security workers, members in the federal government, all over the internet in reference to identified alphabet agencies, okay, perpetrating these criminal realities, how do you think just one learning disabled woman can fight all that? Excuse me. Let me just make another additional statement here really fast. See, the government knows, as a result of it being the government in reference to, like, listen to this. Social services workers know the income and the assets of a person. They're able to say to themselves, well, they even adjust, like me. If I was to go down and apply for food stamps today, they would look at how much money I got in the bank, and why did last time I would just, listen to this, I got to interject a thought, just bear with me. I just got reviewed for my food stamps. I have been on food stamps, I only get $15 a month, but I've been on food stamps now for the last 12 years, okay, in 2 different states. Now, every single time I applied for food stamps and or had been reviewed for them, I have had to prove what bank I'm with. Except the last time. They would not accept a bank account statement from Wells Fargo. Why? Am I being gang stalked at Social Services and at Wells Fargo in the same exact identical way? Because the Wells Fargo bank is right inside the Ross grocery store. Has gang stalk, oh my God, been caught on audio file being set around me as I'm inside the Wells Fargo, as I walked away with it, as I walked away out of it, you know, like leaving the bank, okay, to go do my shopping, or to leave? Has it been caught being set around me by any of their employees on audio file and Ross employees? Has it? Now, has the same exact words and phrases been repeated around me every single time I've been inside of Social Services? Absolutely. Caught on video and audio. The point being is that that's one of the ways they're intentionally, mentally letting me know that I'm being gang stalked by getting along all my routes and repeating gang stalking, oh my God. Okay, so, hold on. So the point being is that there's no way that a regular flat-foot cop, okay, would be able to wield this much power, okay, to get federal employees like Social Security. Every time I've been in Social Security in 3 states, on many occasions I have caught gang stalking methodologies happening around me in the same exact way that they've been caught everywhere else, including UCSD. Okay? It's been caught here. It's been caught happening at UCSD. It's been caught happening at Ralph's, Jack in the Box, Arby's, Walmart, my bank, Bank of America, and then now Wells Fargo. Okay? It's been caught happening everywhere. So the point being is this, is that see, Social Services, when you apply for Social Services, you got to give your income, you got to give your bills so they can adjust how much you're eligible for food stamps based on how much you make and what your bills are. So do you honestly think that since these syndicated members who are in the system, who exploit vulnerable people, poor people, okay, do you honestly think that they do not know the amount of assets that a target's got? Of course they do. Because legally, when they either accept an application for food stamps or medical benefits, they review what a target's got in order to see if they're eligible. Which means they're able to sit back and make armchair decisions. She's got this much money. We already know we can put her out on the street. What methodologies can we use to get her to go through the money she's got on her while we're creating the next steps for her to go through before she can even recover from what they just pulled? Okay, hold on. The day before, the two UCSD campus police officers came up in here to give me a ticket to move, I was looking up lawyers and law firms on their computers in the biomedical library. Cyber surveillance being a method of gang stalking. Now the point being is that I got a court date on December 1st, 2014. Okay, now since I got a court date on December 1st, since I got a court date on December 1st, 2014, okay, which now they're saying they even got a right to take my blood for DNA. Just for a ticket for illegal lodging because I'm living here because they literally stole my rent out of the mail that was mailed, certified mail return receipt. Go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and post employees and gang stalking. I'm sorry. And then go to Google and type in gang stalking or organized stalking and mail theft and mail delayment. So the point being is that when I go down to this court date, anything can happen before it, so they can appear that Miss Williams has now got more than one ticket. She moved to this specific area like RR Colony 5, or another place that's got a woman's name and possibly maybe, let's see, an animal's name maybe attached to it. Okay, or this RR Colony 5 might be the same property that another specific type of name can be applied to it. I hide the names, I code the names of the places that I live at and then predict what these little bitches are going to do at them before I even go to them. And that way if they do it, they can't say, well, you tweeted you were going here today, and we knew, and these people obviously knew where you were going because you listed the name. If I hide the name within a code, then that automatically shows that, no, bullshit. Because I predicted what they were going to do, how they were going to do it, even possibly the likelihood of the type of people that they would do it. Because I don't just predict it in tweets, I predict it in video files and audio files. And then if I go there and it happens, it'll show that I'm being stalked from one place to another, more than likely being tracked by my cell phone, whether the battery's in or out. So, in closing, the point being is this. They create the homelessness to exploit the target. They came down here and gave me a ticket to tie me up in court. The manifesto flat out states that the court is the favorite place to track the target. So, we're going to see if I am assaulted, arrested, raped, robbed, all four, or worse, before this December 1st court date at any place, especially when I'm dropping property off at these places before I move there and right when I move there. And that includes them using anybody. PR employees, volunteers for the PR. Now, I know you don't understand that and you're not meant to, but I know what it means, and so do my prediction emails too. The point being is that these people, through the tracking, surveillance, and observation of the target, they know where the target's at in real time. They can literally even hear what I'm saying right now as a result of them hacking into my phone and using the speaker on the phone as a microphone. YouTube cell phone hacking and stalking, and then cell phone hacking and gang stalking. And research these descriptions in reference to how they can use our phones to track us, to monitor us. If I make an audio file every morning, I'm getting ready to leave here to go to this place. I'm getting ready to leave here to go to this place. The individuals they decide to use for that day can already be propped up to be there. So when they bring about the event they're going to bring about towards me, they can say, how can it be gang stalking? Because they were there before you arrived. Do you understand? Okay? These are the schemes of gang stalking. Okay, covert surveillance in order to prop up the crafted harassment and the crafted assaults. The crafted harassment, okay, usually subjecting the target to overt sensitization methods, the direct conversation tactic, and or setting them up to be assaulted, okay, and or setting them up to be arrested. Okay, and I'm predicting it right now. If anything happens concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me that is already on the internet in reference to them being gang stalking methods and tactics and schemes, or experiences of other targets, and or anything that I've ever wrote in a blog, email file, video file, audio file, YouTube comment, anything, it will be directly connected to this gang stalking. Every single thing that they have done towards me here, okay, I have literally predicted. Literally, in one media platform or another. Literally. Alright, I gotta go. In closing, to give you an idea of how well I am able to catch these little filthy rats, go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Then go to Google and YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes how MTS assault video is altered. Then go back to the video and look in the description of that YouTube video, because there's copied and pasted information in it. Scroll down to the very bottom of the description, you will notice a blog. Click on it. Once you click on it, the blog will open up. Once you go into the blog, scroll down to the bottom of it and you'll see an attached PDF link titled Assault 11. Click on that. It's an attached PDF file of a printed and scanned email literally showing that I predicted that assault just 11 days before it occurred, and additional documentation in the PDF link that shows MTS acknowledging that the assault did take place on October 10, 2011, 11 days after the email was made. I literally predicted in the email that I'll be assaulted either walking, riding my bike, or on public transportation, and I was assaulted on a bus. MTS, public transportation. I've been assaulted 3 other times. All 3 of those assaults were predicted, 2 in video files, all 4 in audio files, and 2 in email files. I think 2 in email files. But let me just put it to you this way. When I was assaulted on January 30th, 2014, right across the street, it was predicted by me 8.5 hours before it occurred. When I was assaulted here on July 9th, 2014, it was predicted by me in a video 2 days before it occurred, and the assault itself was caught on video. Okay? What does that tell you? Why would MTS mail me an altered video of me being assaulted if they were not involved in the staged assault? And why did the San Diego Police Department falsify a police report concerning it, which means they made false statements in it and they omitted facts concerning it? concerning my statements about what happened, concerning the individual. Okay, I gotta go. I got stuff to do today. I gotta move today. So, if anything happens to me, no matter where I'm at, period, here, on my way to any other hiking area I'm dropping property off at for the whole time duration while I'm at these areas, especially when I'm hiding my property, because that way they can say, well, you don't look like you're in this area for normal appearing reasons in reference to what type of area it is because of what you're doing right now. Okay? That's right. And they will prop up and use anybody from a child to a teenager to a mother to, and when they stage events, they also stage the witnesses. Staged events and gang stalking expeditions are called street theaters. They will use utility company personnel, landscape workers. And if it, like, say if it was a park, they could use park rangers. They could use park volunteer service members, homeless people, mentally ill people, drug addicts, alcoholics, known neighborhood criminals. Because whenever they bring something about towards me, concerning me, about me, around me, or against me and or my property, they have to make it appear it's because, for one, you weren't supposed to be there. And they also have to try and make it appear that, well, other people have been assaulted in these kinds of areas. Okay? That way they can say, well, the assault happened because you were here, and since there's other reports of assaults happening in this type of location, how can you claim it's gang stalking, especially since you're claiming the person was there before you arrived? I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth, and to predict these little filthy whore-ass rats for what they are. Today's date is October 26, 2014. My name is Leslie Williams. I literally got to go right now. RR Colony 5 is where I'm going today. Okay? We're going to see if anything happens towards me, and we're going to see if there's anything wrong with any of my property that's already been dropped off there. I literally got to go. I do appreciate you listening. And this video literally applies for every single day and night. Okay? For the next year, especially though up before December 1st. And that includes arrest. And let's see if they throw me in jail for 6 months pertaining to this ticket UCSD gave me. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. I do appreciate you listening, and have a nice day.